Okay, I'm gonna wear this hat because this is the type of hat that I'm knitting. And also the paw prints on here match the paw prints on my shirt, and that's fun. I also have a new tripod now. This one is on the floor once again, so I shouldn't be kicking it. It shouldn't shake with the table quite as much as the old one did, so. Oh, I'm making this hat, by the way. It looks like it's the same color. This is the same color. But instead of this is overcast teal, the lighter teal in this hat, it's gonna be lemon yellow. I think these two together are gonna be super cute. And this is gonna have the cat ears. The last winter beanie that I made is just one of the single pom-pom ones. Still got the paw prints, of course, but this one is gonna have cat ears. I should probably message my mom so that she knows that I'm live, because I know her notifications never work, and then she gets sad. So we're gonna make sure my mom knows that I'm live. Also, do you notice anything new about my water bottle? I made Ziggy and Harper stickers. My intention with these is to just give them out to people that say they watch my videos, like at in-person events and stuff. I think they turned out so cute. I love these so much. So that's kind of a fun little exciting thing. Got it right here next to my cat plushie sticker and some of my other ones. Hi, Mom. Oh, Harper is here, by the way. There she is. Thank you so much for the ghosts. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Selena. I saw that when I was like looking at the gift options, and it's like, yep, we're doing the ghost. Thank you so much. Can't tell if my light's bright enough. I kind of turned it down because I didn't want it to like blind me, but it's the exact time where the sun is going away. And thank you, Mom, so much for sharing the live. I really appreciate that. That supposedly helps. I don't know. Likes, messages, shares, even just lurking is very much appreciated, so thank you, everyone. My skeleton, Yes, and he's holding the hat for your skeleton. I just dropped some stitches. I got so excited. Oh, dropped another one. Yeah, I did Halloween orange and lollipop purple for yours. I really loved the full-size Halloween orange and black chunky cat ear beanie that I made, but it sold before I could just be like, well, it didn't sell by Halloween, now it's gonna take another whole year to sell, I might as well just keep it for myself. I was going to anyways, but now my skeleton at least has one. But I figured my mom loves purple, so I did the purple and orange for my mom, which I think is also a great color combo for my chonky cat beanies. You guys want to see a few chonky beanies that I have in front of me? These are a little bit more wintry, not Halloweeny, because as a business owner, Halloween is long over with now. It's winter now, so we've got the Candy Cane chonky cat beanie. I'm selling at a convention on November 9th, so I just need to do some like regular prep for that. So I've got a black and gray chonky cat ear beanie, and the convention is at Iowa State University, and so Cardinal and Gold, aka Blood Red and Honey Mustard. I think this one's so cool. It's like also just super fall vibes, which I love. Hair's stuck in it, but and again, if anyone missed it, I'm making a winter paw print cat ear beanie like the one that I'm wearing, but instead of the light teal, it's going to be yellow. And I'm very excited about these two colors together. You're new to knitting, do I have any tips? Your elastic always seems so big. That can definitely be hard. You definitely, if you're working flat, you do need to kind of sort of tug at the first stitch after you turn around. My biggest advice would be watch a lot of different videos on different styles of like holding your yarn and like English versus continental to see which kind of clicks with you better. And just watching tutorials by like multiple different people, because everyone's got like a different teaching style. Everyone's got different little tips and tricks and stuff. You love my cat hats way better than the other ones you've seen? Thank you. Sometimes I see other ones that are like, wow, I like that better than even my own cat hats. But I really appreciate comments like that. They're just my way that I've developed over the years. How long have I been knitting for? Because I look like I go pretty fast. So I've been knitting for 8 years. 8 years. And I've had my business for 7 years. So I've been knitting pretty heavily for 7 years. I used to knit English style, but then I wanted to learn how to knit continental so that I could go a little bit faster, and it was like very sluggish at first and like reteaching myself how to knit, but in the end it was worth it and I'm very happy I did. And also now that I know how to knit English and continental styles, it's really cool for projects like this, Colorwork, because so this is isn't this pretty? Pretty colors. So when I'm knitting this, I'm like switching back and forth between these two balls of yarn like every stitch basically. And so I hold one in my right hand and the other one in my left hand. So it's like pretty easy to like go back and forth. So that's been fun. I guess I'm gonna do that with this hat too, but for this hat, it's only like 4 rows for the paw print. And it's not that complicated. The pink one that I just showed you is much more complicated, but any advice for a yarn crafter to do something like that? Others are too boxy, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I sew closed the ears on the inside. I do have a YouTube video that I kind of show off how I do that in one of my studio vlogs. But so it's knit just like a square, like they all are. But then on the inside, I tuck the corners in and sew them closed. So on the inside, it's not a square, it's more of a hat shape. And that's what, I don't know, that's what makes them like this. How many rows do I have here? 18, not anywhere close to 22. Want to do a fox or tiger hat? Ooh, that sounds fun. I've had a lot of requests for like fox hats, and besides just making an orange cat ear beanie, I'm not really sure how I would do the ear shaping differently to make it look more like a fox. How do I prevent hand cramps? I take a lot of breaks. I don't knit constantly all the time every day. I'll knit for quite long stretches sometimes, but if I start to feel any pain, I'll just like take a full day or two off. And my higher priced items kind of allows me to not have to knit so much so that I can do it more long term, if that makes sense. I don't have to make as many things because my stuff is like more expensive. I also do have compression gloves that I sometimes wear if I know I'm going to be knitting a lot, like if I'm in like really heavy convention prep phases. I also sometimes try to wear those when I'm like working my part-time job that is while I'm not knitting, because I think that supposedly helps. Is there a certain yarn you like best? So mostly everything you see here, the solid colors, is Paintbox Simply Aran, which is just a worsted weight acrylic yarn. I'm a little bitter that they are discontinuing some of my favorite colors, so I've been experimenting more. My dark green is one of the loops and threads from Michael's yarns. And the like pride colors, the multicolor, like trans, lesbian, rainbow, all that, that's like the Joann's Big Twist Living. Pretty much all this that I use for like my hats and my business stuff is just size 4 worsted weight acrylic yarn. This pretty yarn, this one is a hand-dyed merino wool though. This is by Shelby Strings Yarn Co. They are local to my state, and I do like working with some hand-dyed merino every once in a while. I've done a few shop update collections in it, but obviously it's like super expensive because a single yarn hank of hand-dyed wool is $30 versus a lot of these are like $3. So I've been experimenting with different yarn types, not necessarily for my business, just for personal projects. I'm knitting a t-shirt right now also that is a bulky 5-weight acrylic cotton blend. That's another loops and thread by Michael's. That's been pretty fun to work with. How did I learn how to knit? Just YouTube videos. It's been 8 years now, so I don't exactly remember whose videos I watched the most. Most businesses like to keep their patterns a secret, but if you decide to do patterns, I'll support you. Thank you. honestly, with me, it's like partially, like, I don't mind that my patterns right now are like secret and like proprietary, but also it's like at least 80% just that I don't want to write patterns. Like, I don't want to physically like write it down, format it, do the tech editing, do the pattern testing. It's just like a lot. Tried learning knitting from a book years ago and couldn't get it. Oh no. Yeah, YouTube is a wonderful place that I'm now contributing to, not in the form of tutorials, but I'm making YouTube videos now. I'm making like studio vlogs and Artist Alley vlogs. Crochet now, definitely considering watching YouTube videos, absolutely. You'd be willing to pattern test just for fun. I'm glad that I got people to reach out to. The pattern testing part, honestly, I'm the least worried about. And also, I kind of feel I would need a tech editor more than I think I would need pattern testers. Because at a certain point, if I've knit something hundreds of times, I'm pretty confident that the pattern is right. It would really just be in like the formatting and like the verbiage and stuff. And I don't have that skill, I don't think, and I would need to pay a tech editor, and that's a big investment. Or I would have to DIY it and lose a lot of time to that. My yarn well is so cool, thank you. The lights are very broken. It's supposed to be entirely orange, and if you'll notice, it is not lit up entirely orange. I'm glad though, on the orange, I was trying to make it Halloween colored, and so I was like, oh, I'll make it orange. But at least the color that it's like broken to in a bunch of the sections is green, and like orange and green is Halloween. But yeah, no, it's very broken. I can't get it to be just a solid color anymore. But also none of them are actually so broken that they're off, and so at that point I don't think I need to replace it yet. If any of the lights go out entirely though, I'll probably finally replace the LED strip. Thank you so much for the ghost! I appreciate that. Doesn't have to be perfect when writing a pattern. See, the problem is I would have to make it perfect because I would have to sell it, because just I'm a business and I put a lot of effort into developing my patterns over the years, and I would want it to be a form of passive income. And if I do sell it, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be good, you know? But yeah, there's a lot that goes into why I don't have patterns. And most of it is just that I don't enjoy that. I enjoy so many other aspects of my business. Like, I edited like YouTube videos for like 4 hours straight yesterday, and I had a ball. It was great. Great time. If I had to sit in front of a Word document for 4 hours trying to make my patterns that I make every single day into easily understandable and digestible for someone else, I think I would want to die. It's like the one thing that I'm like, I don't think I like this. And I think it might be because I'm the type of person where, like, I mean, I designed all these patterns myself, and so I'm the type of person that I figure it out. I don't follow other people's patterns all that often. Obviously something like this Colorwork scarf that I'm knitting, I follow patterns for. And I know how to follow patterns, but my brain isn't a followy pattern type of person, and so trying to translate it into for someone that is that type of person, there's just like a disconnect, if that makes sense. Like, I would have to like switch my brain into like a different type of mode to be able to write the pattern, because I'm not the type of person that follows a pattern like that. I don't know. Does that make sense to anyone? My mom is someone that likes to follow patterns. And that's why all of our plushies use patterns from other creators, just because that's how her brain works. Most patterns are complex because of the abbreviations, yeah. And another thing with my hats is that, like, especially, I've been getting a lot of questions about my chonky cat beanies. This is probably something that if I ever do make a pattern for, it will mostly be like a YouTube video tutorial, because there's not really anything special about this hat that can be written down in a pattern. Like, I will tell you right now, I cast on 53 stitches, knit for 8 inches, and then do 3 nibble bind off at the top. And then I do the ears the way that I do the ears. And, like, that's it. But, like, I don't know. They look the way they do because I'm the one that made them? I don't know. Like, it's gonna turn out differently for everybody. Like, just the stitch counts isn't what makes it unique necessarily. I don't know. I don't know. I've thought so much about why I don't have patterns, and I don't know. It's also another big part is just that I would need to sell the patterns to a different audience. Like, I know, and especially you guys, I know are other crafters and stuff, but I've worked really hard on developing my branding and everything to not necessarily just be other makers. And, like, as a business, obviously, I kind of need to do that because I'm not going to sell a very simple knit cat beanie to someone that can look at this and be like, oh, I can just make that, you know? So I would need to develop, like, a whole new audience for my patterns to be successful. I don't know. I'm sure it's something that I will do eventually, and especially with YouTube, I will probably do tutorials eventually. I would like to get monetized on YouTube before I start posting tutorial videos, though. I would like to grow my channel enough, not on tutorials, to get monetized. And then knowing I'm monetized would make me feel more comfortable making the tutorials, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm only 3,500 and then some watch hours away. And like 400 subscribers away. So if you want to check out my YouTube channel and subscribe to me there, I would very much appreciate it. I don't have enough videos to get 3,500 more watch hours. I know that's true. I do have some old, some TikTok live re-uploads on my YouTube channel. So if you're having fun watching me right now, you might have fun to go to my YouTube channel and watch some of these other lives that I've done where I chat about things. I have a plan, which is good, yeah. That is true. And patterns aren't out of the question. It's just, it'll happen when it happens. Honestly, YouTube was kind of the same way. Like, I never started my business with the intention of becoming a YouTuber. But it was also one of those things where it's like, yeah, maybe I would do YouTube sometime. And then the stars align, and a couple nights before Anime Iowa happened, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna vlog Anime Iowa, and I'm gonna post a Artist Alley vlog on YouTube. And then I did. And then I somehow, after doing that, started consistently, like, weekly, every 2 weekly, making studio vlogs and long-form YouTube content, and now I have, like, my entire November YouTube schedule planned out, and I'm just like, well, I guess I'm a YouTuber now. And that kind of just happened on a whim, so patterns will probably just randomly come sometime like that. My business is very vibe heavy. A lot of it comes from the vibes. I'm just here to have fun too, so I am a business, I do have a business, I treat it like a business, but at the end of the day, it is a hobby to me to have a business. if that makes sense. So, if I'm not having fun, that's not really the point. Wild how that happens. I just counted, and it was 21 rows. And then I did one more row, and now it's 22 rows. I don't know why I was so surprised by that. Everyone knows that a crafter's weakness is counting. I need to do one more row of knit stitches, and then I get to add in the yellow. That song's kind of a bop. You have Colorwork, fingerless gloves on your DPNs. I keep procrastinating. Ooh. That's a lot of words that are scary when all put together. I cannot do double-pointed needles. I do not. And normally I would be scared of Colorwork also, but working on a Colorwork cowl right now, and I'm gonna pretend like I'm not scared of it. Thank you so much for the ghost! I appreciate that. You hate looking at charts? Me too. It kind of makes me sick. I think it's been helping though. I've been highlighting each row as I do it. And I'm highlighting it with a hot pink marker. And so like the lighter ones are my hot pink, and then the darker ones are my other color. And I think that's been helping, but it's a very thinking project. 3 colors makes you nervous? Ooh, I have not done enough color work to even consider attempting 3 colors. With this cowl, I've had to catch my floats a few times, and that's been enough to be like, ugh. Like, I was like scared, and I was like, I'll watch a YouTube video on this. And that made it less scary. And I think it's going really well, so. But 3 colors, no. I like doing 2 colors because then I can have 1 yarn in each hand. Oh, and thank you for the ice cream cone as well. Yellow, I need yellow. This hat is gonna have some color work in it, but it's nothing. It's just these paw prints. Pattern holder's a godsend. Ooh, interesting, okay. Also, I'm just doing a cowl, and so it's like very just in a circle. If I was doing anything like a sweater yoke that had like increases and decreasing, also with the color work, I think I would cry. These colors are so pretty together. Three color scares me, but I can knit stripes while doing 2 gloves at a time on Magic Loop, so I do have that special talent. I can keep 4 balls of yarn organized, but 3 color work does still scare me. Speaking of which, I should probably knit some stripy gloves for my next convention. Someone at the convention did actually comment on one of my posts and was like, oh, you should make something inspired by our theme colors. And I looked at my yarn that was similar, and it was actually a really good color palette, so I might make a stripey set. I think it was like my sherbet orange, mulberry, and this Aurora. Thank you so much for the heart. Folds like a triangle to sit upright. With magnets, hold your pattern. Oh, very cool, okay. I've just been putting my piece of paper right in front of me on my desk with my one color on one side and my other color on the other side, and I've only been doing like a few rows at a time because it scares me. Mushy Mosh, hello! I do also need to make another stripey set because one just sold. I need to get that package up tomorrow. I was looking in my hat and glove bin the other day, and it's like, oh, I always forget how much my online shop kind of like dwindles that down after a convention. Because I came home with a bunch of stuff for Anime Iowa that it's like, I'm so ready for Anime Ames in November. Like, it'll be fine. I won't have to make anything. But then I looked at my tab and it's like, oh, this is kind of sad, actually. Which I don't think I need a ton of things for Anime Ames because it is a first-year one-day convention. But I do want to have a good, like, variety and options at least, so. And here I am just making these winter beanies that are, like, for sure probably not going to sell because they're my most expensive hats. But that's okay. This is for a YouTube video. I'm gonna have a whole video in November about making winter beanies and working on personal projects. Because the vibe just feels right for that. I like alternating between these more complicated hats too, and just my chonky beanies. And the chonky beanies are really what I need to make sure I have made for Anime Ames. You love cute wicker baskets to hold your projects? Yeah. Did you say that because you saw mine, or are you just saying that unrelated? Because I've got these little plastic baskets that hold a few things on my desk. And then, of course, this is in my nice double cat yarn bowl that my mom 3D printed for me. Which is really great, because a lot of the times I'm working with two balls of yarn at the same time because I do my paw print fingerless gloves 2 at a time, so I need 2 balls for that. And, like, this is 2 colors, so I need 2 balls for this, so it's the perfect size for both of my little cakes. You have a Red Riding Hood basket that you take with you. That's so cute. I love that. I need a better bag or something. I really just need like a basic tote bag or something when I travel and do stuff. I don't really do a lot of knitting while I'm like out and about. I'm not really out and about very often. I did knit a hat on a car ride the other day though. And I forgot my crochet hook to do the 3 needle bind off at the top, and so I finished it off with a tire pressure gauge because I'm smart. Got an awesome bag from a creator on here. Ooh, hello. My name is Becca, or you can call me Paws, as in positively cozy. As in paw prints. Paw prints. Tani, she made it for me, trying to post her at. Okay, cool. Oh, see, I said I wasn't gonna kick the tripod as much, but I did. I think I at least want to get the paw print rows done before I end this live, probably. Got one more row of yellow, and then we'll go into the paw print rows. I'm really good at this, thank you. A blanket works really well so your yarn doesn't roll around, especially when color stitching. Okay, yeah. I like the yarn bowls for that reason too. Since I use the cakes, it's really just a lot like this. And like I said, my mom 3D printed this bowl, and I made sure she used a pretty heavy infill on it so that it's like sort of weighty. And then I dropped a stitch. A basket. Why did I read it as blanket? For some reason, I feel like a blanket could also work, depending on how you arrange the blanket. I used to, before she made me these bowls, I used just these little Tupperware tubs, which these did move around a lot, but I covered them in cute stickers. So I still like these, and I still use these sometimes when I have like a lot going on. Like for example, you can see I kind of have like this whole project in here, so I'm not gonna like mess with this. Do I use Chiaogu needles? I've tried them. I don't really like the way they feel. I don't know if I got like the wrong type, but I don't like the way the ones that I have feel. These are, and my favorite ones are the Knit Picks nickel plated needles. I find that they slide the nicest for me. I tried to get some Chiaogus, and I didn't like them. I was trying to get a new pair of needles for my fingerless gloves, and then I ended up getting these are some Addy needles, and they're fine. I just wanted some fixed circulars for doing my paw gloves, because the one downside of Knit Picks I find is with certain sizes I find that they get untwisted pretty easily, and that gets sort of annoying. And honestly, at this point, a lot of what I make is pretty fixed, and so like I'm not needing to switch up my needle sizes often. I have like 3 different interchangeable sets, but for my like business things that I make repeatedly, I prefer to just have the fixed sizes in what I need. And Knit Picks didn't have the right cord length and needle size that I needed for my paw gloves, so I was experimenting. I got some Chiaogus, I got the Addies. I like the Addies a lot better, but I like my Knit Picks nickel plated needles. Never has the right right cords for you. Yeah. You hate Magic Loop? Me and Magic Loop are BFFs. I love Magic Loop. I need to do something. What do I need to do? Oh, I need to do the paw prints. Where's my yarn? Okay. Oh, you know, I learned about, when I was doing my color work thing, I learned about like main color and like color dominance in Colorwork, which is not something I ever considered. And they were saying to have what you want to be your main color and stick out on this side. I've never done it like that, but I might try it. We'll see if this is bad or not. This might be annoying because there might be a reason I don't do this, because this has me throwing English more than continental stitches. Yeah, I'm not doing this. No. I have to have my yellow that I do more stitches of on my left side. I don't care about color dominance. I care about knitting quickly and painlessly. And I kind of like the way that I do this, because 3 out of the 4 rows for the paw print is just 4 stitches in yellow and 2 stitches in blue. And so I like being able to just do my 4 quickly, throw my 2 in here, and then just do my 4 quickly again. So color dominance be damned, we're doing it this way. Sorry if I get quieter. I'm gonna be marginally more focused on this. But this is what I was explaining earlier about having 1 yarn in each side and having a different color in each hand. It honestly makes me feel like a little magician. When I learned the concept of having 1 color in each hand for Colorwork, I was like, oh my god, that is so cool. I definitely don't hold my yarn right for my right side, but that's also just kind of how I used to knit when I knit English style, so, which is probably good that I learned how to knit continental because of that. Before I learned how to knit and I was crocheting, I definitely crocheted wrong also. I can crochet way better now also, now that I learned how to hold my yarn in my left hand for like knitting continental. So learning how to knit continental also improved my crocheting skill, but that was just because I crocheted wrong. I think in general, people crochet more correctly than I was crocheting. And so when they go to learn how to knit, they just find continental easier to begin with anyway. But since I was already crocheting wrong, I learned how to, and I don't even know if it wasn't wrong, it was just my way of doing it. But I guess maybe it was just less effective, I don't know. You just gotta do what makes you happy, you know? But being effective kind of makes me happy, so... Only to a certain degree, though. At a certain point, I don't care if it's effective if I'm not enjoying it. Hello! I am stitching paw prints onto a hat, and therefore I am doing very good. This is kind of giving me SpongeBob vibes for some reason, this color scheme. And I'm not sure why. Teal's not SpongeBob. I mean, the yellow is definitely SpongeBob. I don't know, this dark teal is sort of like aquatic-ish vibes. I don't know, is this feeling SpongeBob vibe to anyone else? Or am I just thinking about SpongeBob? I'm very often thinking about SpongeBob. Currently knitting a sweater while procrastinating on writing an essay due tomorrow. Ooh. But you're knitting a sweater, so that doesn't sound like procrastination. Definitely giving SpongeBob. Okay, so I'm not like making that up at least. I actually made a SpongeBob pillow for a friend as a Secret Santa gift, like, forever ago. I knit an entire just yellow pillow cover. So it was just all plain stocking knit yellow for like a little, like, I don't know, what is that, 8x8 pillow. And then I used duplicate stitch to stitch on SpongeBob's face, and it turned out so cool. Why did the chicken coops have 2 doors? Because if they had 4, they would be chicken sedans. I love that. That's so good. I should steal that for my email newsletter. In case anyone didn't know, I have an email newsletter. You should subscribe to it. It's the best way to stay updated with important things in my business. But also, I put jokes at the bottom of every email, so I'm sure there's people that are subscribed to my newsletter that don't even realize that. Like, that's kind of the point, is that it's like a little secret. But yeah, I have a little joke at the bottom of all of my emails. Steal it? Okay, I'm screenshotting it right now. But yeah, I have a little joke at the bottom of all of my emails. Steal it? Okay, I'm screenshotting it right now. Turned off my phone, okay. Okay, I screenshotted it. Hopefully that didn't mess up the live too much, but that's so good. I love that. What am I doing? I'm knitting. This is the row that differs. We're making toe beans here, people. Very important toe beans. Doesn't look like much, but we got toe beans going. This is very SpongeBob. I did not anticipate the SpongeBobbiness of this. I'm curious if it's gonna stay SpongeBob, or if the SpongeBob vibes are gonna be lost when the time the hat is actually done. Normally I like draw my different color combo ideas on my like digital template that I have, so I can kind of like get an idea of what the hat's gonna look like before I make it. But I don't know if you saw any of my posts. I was asking people for color combo ideas, and someone suggested these 2, and I was just like, yep, that sounds good. And I just went straight for it because I loved these colors together. But so I didn't actually draw it out, and as much as I feel like I can visualize things in my head pretty well, I don't think, I guess I don't know, I didn't really visualize what this was gonna look like, besides that I knew it was gonna look good. But now seeing it actually come together in front of me, I'm like, ooh. SpongeBob maybe? My yarn was being a little weird and barfy. I think there was one time, a long time ago, that I was talking about SpongeBob, and I think I like theorized a hat idea that had like a brown brim, and then like probably some colors in the middle, and then like the rest of it be yellow. Like just like a regular cat beanie, but that is like vaguely SpongeBob colored. I never actually did that though. Another idea for another day. I feel like I'm knitting really tight. I need to loosen up. Especially on my Colorwork rows. I know you're generally supposed to use like a bigger size needle than your normal tension for color work, but I'm definitely not going to do that for just like 4 rows of a hat. I was supposed to do that with my little scarf here. I was supposed to switch to a bigger needle once I got to the colorwork parts, but what needles are these? Oh, these are also Addies. These were the ones that I bought for my paw gloves, but I was stupid and brought the wrong length cord. But it's the perfect length cord for this. And I don't have the right length cord, or at least I can't find the correct length cord for this to use with any of my interchangeable needles. And so to do the ribbing and the color work a different needle size would be not that easy, because I would have to either use magic loop with a needle that's way too long. So I just decided to not, and I'm just using it all with one needle size because I've just got the perfect fixed needles for it. And so yeah, we're not doing that. We're just not going to listen to the pattern. And if it turns out bad, then, well, I'll know it was my conscious decision that screwed it up. But also, it's all wool, so I think it's gonna block out fine. I'll just wet it and stretch it and call it a day. And I think that'll fix any of my issues. I'm gonna need to block the cotton t-shirt that I've been knitting. The ribbing is rolling up real weird. But it's a cotton acrylic blend, and I've never blocked anything like that before. I've heard that steam blocking is the best thing to do for like cotton and acrylic. So I will probably try to do that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm at the point where I've blocked enough wool that I'm pretty confident with that. But I've never actually blocked anything in acrylic or cotton. But the t-shirt I'm making is definitely gonna need it. I should probably show you. It's right here. Got the whole body done. It's gonna be like a little cropped, and then it's just gonna have short sleeves. Since this is cotton acrylic, I don't know, it's gonna be just short sleeves. But like see the brim? The ribbing is just like rolling up. Probably because it's too short, but that'll go away if I block it. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. That's wrong. You do crocheting, and with your project you use water, press and squeeze the water out with a towel. Yep, that's about what I do with my wool stuff. I've heard steam works good with acrylic and cotton, so. It's also probably gonna end up being a shirt that I end up just like throwing into my regular clothes washer and dryer. Use it for foam puzzles. I do too. I've literally got like a children's pack. Like I have to keep dealing with, it's like not even made for blocking. Like I had to keep dealing with like, oh, my kangaroo like center like popped out and I had to like piece together back my rabbits and my dinosaurs. Which honestly, that's my vibe anyway, so it's honestly perfect. I need to eventually get some of the like proper like blocking pins that are like the like, it's like a comb. Cause I just have like regular individual pins and that's a little bit more tedious. Okay, my paw prints are paw printing. Let me do a few more rows and then we can take a better look at these toe beans. Why is it like this? Okay. Is Harper still here? She is! Oh my god, look at her! Hold on. Hold on. Zoom, enhance. Look at her! Oh. Oh, she's aware. Aw, her little head was upside down. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. TikTok remains my favorite place to go live. Oh my god. Just kidding. It made me drag the little puzzle piece because it didn't think I was active enough, even though I literally just touched the screen. Anyway, TikTok remains my favorite place to go live because it's got the overlay that makes the chat big so that I can actually have my phone all the way over there and I can still read the chat. Maybe if I started streaming on YouTube, I could like pull the chat up on my iPad or something. I don't know. I like going live on TikTok. It's nice here. I appreciate all of you. And again, I will probably upload this, the whole recording of this onto my YouTube channel. If you want to watch that later or watch any of the other ones that I've done. I think I have like 3 on there now. I think they're good. I yap about a lot of fun things here. I think. I can put you back up again. I don't need you again for a while. This is gonna be really cute, I think. I'm a big fan of this yellow and this teal together. I don't know if I've really made a lot with it, but it's just two colors that I like a lot in general. This Aurora teal is like, if I were to put them on a tier ranking chart, this would definitely be, honestly, maybe in my S tier, along with Mulberry Magenta, Bubblegum Pink. I was gonna say black, but I don't think I could ever put black yarn in S tier. It'd have to probably just be A tier, because working with black's kind of annoying. In fact, I've got a pair of black gloves knit just right here that I need to finish up, but I'm kind of dreading stitching the paw prints onto them, because stitching my paw prints onto the black gloves is the hardest because I have to actually see my stitches. When I'm knitting with black, it's not so bad because I feel like with knitting, you're not really having to find your stitches all that much. It's just kind of sitting there waiting for you on your needle, versus like crocheting with black is much harder. Because with crocheting, and this is probably just my bias of, at this point, I like knitting more than I like crocheting, but like, I feel like with crocheting, you're just kind of like picking a spot and just stabbing in somewhere and hoping for the best. Whereas with knitting, it's like, this is my next stitch. I know where I'm going. And so knitting with black is less bad, but stitching my paw prints onto black is slightly more annoying because I have to actually find the correct place to put my needle. Okay, let me do a few more stitches and then we can fold up this brim and take a look at how this hat is looking so far. Got the importantness done, aka the paw prints. And I'll also mess with it, kind of stretch them out because they just need it. Okay, I'm gonna fold this up so that it's like the one that I'm wearing. Try not to drop any stitches when I show this off. Look it! I love this. I love this a lot. This would have also been good, really good with Gatorade teal, but the Aurora teal is just a little bit darker, so I think that provides a lot of really good contrast. And I think these hats need a lot of good contrast so that you can see the paw prints. Look at how cute the little paw prints are. I love these colors together. So yeah, imagine this hat that I'm wearing with like, still need to do the stripe, still need to do the little triangles in the ears, but with instead of this light teal, it'll be yellow. I'm very excited about this. It also looks a little blue on camera, probably just because of like the filter that I have on, but it's a really, really pretty teal. All right. Well, I'm going to end this live here. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out while I was working on this hat. I really appreciate it. If you could, check out my profile and maybe like one of my videos or something. If you're watching this on YouTube afterwards, maybe like, comment, subscribe, I don't know, do all the things. You can like my post everywhere. I'm on every social media platform. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I still say that on TikTok, right? Yeah, because you've been watching me. I'm like messing up like my YouTube sayings with my TikTok sayings. Anyway, thanks for being here. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.